How's it going, everyone? Got quite a bit to talk about in this video. A major PlayStation Plus update as something very notable added for PlayStation Plus Premium subscribers. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Got a pretty nice update on Atomic Heart. That's a game that its release date is slowly creeping up on us. Just about a month away until the release of that. Looks like a pretty compelling sci-fi first-person shooter. We'll get to that. And a bit of an update on Hogwarts Legacy at the end of this video. But first of all, The Last of Us Part 1 has gotten a 2-hour game trial available right now for PlayStation Plus subscribers. I imagine the majority of you have played at least The Last of Us on PlayStation 3 or The Last of Us Remastered on PlayStation 4, but if you are a PlayStation Plus Premium subscriber and you want to see the upgraded visuals and all the bells and whistles that the PlayStation 5 version of The Last of Us adds, now you have the chance to do so with your Plus Premium subscription. I was pretty vocal about the fact that, hey, Last of Us Part 1, $70 for a game that still looked pretty darn good. I mean, Last of Us Remastered holds up really, really well, and that game came out back in 2014. It's different with something like Dead Space Remake, where the original Dead Space came out all the way back in 2008, and Dead Space has just generally been a franchise that's been absent for so long. I didn't think Last of Us really needed a remake. However, with the tie-in with the HBO series on the way, the fact that they're putting this out on PlayStation 5 and they could parlay that into the release on PC, I see why Sony did it, but I also know that a lot of you guys held off on buying it at a full $70. Well, if you want to check it out, the first 2 hours is going to give you a little bit into the game. Obviously, you guys know 2 hours is not going to get you significantly into the game. Of course, like Last of Us is a very straightforward game. It's a linear experience that you can go off the beaten path here and there, but the game still has some length to it, especially if you're taking your time really soaking everything in. I mean, this is one of the most engrossing and atmospheric games, and it's not like Last of Us has like a blowaway original narrative. I mean, the zombie story has been done a lot. However, the execution of said zombie story and the character development was just phenomenally done. Last of Us Part 1 is one of my favorite games of all time, the first Last of Us. You can think what you want about The Last of Us Part 2. It seems like it's incredibly divisive. I've given my 2 cents on it, but I also understand a lot of people like it, and it seems like, to me, the majority of people like it. It's just like nerds like me that didn't like it are a little bit more vocal about it. I've tried to stop talking about The Last of Us Part 2 and go in depth on it. Nonetheless, you should play it for yourself ultimately and come to your own conclusion on that, but with Last of Us Part 1, it is available right now with your PlayStation Plus Premium subscription as far as a trial goes. Alright, moving on from that, Atomic Heart, a little game that's coming up here very shortly, coming February 20th. And this is a game that I've been following for a very, very long time, and it seems like it was a game that we were expecting to play for quite a while. I mean, it saw a couple delays, but now we do know that Munfish and Focus Home Entertainment will be bringing Atomic Heart to platforms on February 20th. It'll be on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC come February the 20th, and in fact, it'll be on Xbox Game Pass if you are on PC or Xbox, so that's great. It was also noted that on console, solid 60 frames per second, 4K in dungeons, and dynamic resolution, mostly 4K at 60 frames per second in open world next gen, of course. That is pretty remarkable performance, given that, you know, 60 frames per second on in 4K, that is not being done by a lot of games. Let's be honest here. Even cross-generation titles, look at the major cross-generation titles. 4K 60 FPS is not being done. Now, when you hit the open world, it will be dynamic resolution, mostly 4K. That is pretty interesting, and that speaks pretty well about the game. I mean, a first-person shooter like this, obviously, for me, I want to play this game at 60 frames per second. I want to get as smooth gameplay as possible, so I'll for sure be playing it in the performance mode if that is the mode that they're targeting with 60 FPS, if there's a visual fidelity mode, etc., etc. The game, if you're unfamiliar, sci-fi first-person shooter in a Madden Sublime utopian world. Take part in explosive encounters, adapt your fighting style to each opponent, use your environment, and upgrade your equipment to fulfill your mission. If you want to reach the truth, you'll have to pay in blood. Well, that's how it used to be. With the launch of the latest robot control system mere days away, only a tragic accident or a global conspiracy could disrupt it. The unstoppable course of technology, along with secret experiments, have brought rise to mutant creatures, terrifying machines, and superpowered robots, all suddenly rebelling against their creators. creators. Only you can stop them and find out what lies behind the idealized world. Using the combat abilities granted by your experimental power glove, your arsenal of blades and cutting-edge weaponry, fight for your life in explosive and frantic encounters, adapt your fighting style to each unique opponent and combine your skills and resources, use the environment and upgrade your equipment to overcome challenges and fight for good. A utopian world, both Madden Sublime, visceral, spectacular, and unforgiving combat. The visceral part, definitely see that, and it is pretty flashy as well with a lot of the effects that you're gonna see. Blast giant machines and mutants using your multiple skills and advanced weapons, and upgrade your arsenal and equipment. We'll see how the game ultimately turns out. This has been long awaited for a lot of people. There will be a plethora of editions, a gold edition, a standard edition, and a premium edition. Looks like for the most part, the base game is what people are gonna go with, and by the way, it is gonna be a $70 game on next generation, so that is something to consider as well, whether or not you're buying the game day one. But yeah, if you're on Xbox or PC, the fact that this game is in Game Pass, man, that is a huge, huge coup for Microsoft. Because a $70 title being available in Game Pass, that's pretty major, and that's really just adding to the value of what that subscription service is going to offer. So, again, February 20th is what it's listed on Steam. I believe it's going to be February 21st as far as in retail stores and on console, so bear that in mind as well. Sometimes the Steam date is a day ahead with time zone conversions and things like that. Lastly, I do want to note Hogwarts Legacy will be supporting 4-character save slots, and cross-platform save is not supported. WB Games support noted, thanks for your question. There are 4 separate character slots for each new character. We will have the following 2 types of save functionality and slots: 5 auto-save slots and 10 player manual save slots. We hope you and your sister enjoy the game, as in response to somebody asking in that question. Obviously, if you're going to be playing the game and a family member is going to be playing the game as well, you'll want multiple save slots, so that is going to be quite beneficial. As far as sharing saves between platforms, that is not going to happen. Hi, thanks for contacting us about Hogwarts Legacy. You will be able to link both platforms for rewards in each version of the game, but save data will stay on the platform it was created on. So, unfortunately, no cross-platform save. I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue as far as that's concerned. Maybe some of you guys have a Steam Deck, and the game is going to be Steam Deck verified, so bummer you can share save there. Switch version is the same thing, where you're not going to be able to share that, although Switch version isn't coming right away, so we'll see how that version runs. By the way, I'm still a little skeptical on that, but Hogwarts Legacy promising to be one of the biggest game releases of the year, no doubt about that. I honestly could see this being the best-selling game of the year. I could see it outpacing the new COD, especially because this is coming in the beginning of the year, and it's just gonna roll in sales throughout the entirety of the year when you also get into the holidays and the game is discounted or whatnot. I foresee this game just doing colossally huge numbers. Unless it's a complete train wreck and the game is an abomination, this game is going to kill it from a sales standpoint. And even if it is an abomination, I foresee enough people buying it day one that it is still going to do incredibly well from a commercial standpoint. But that is going to do it for me. Again, big PlayStation Plus January update with Last of Us Part 1 2-hour game trial being available right now. Atomic Heart promising some pretty solid performance as far as that game is concerned. Looks to be a compelling first-person shooter, interesting narrative, and tackling some interesting themes as well. We'll see how that turns out February the 21st, and Hogwarts Legacy will be supporting multiple character save slots, cross-platform save, however, not supported. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.